welcome to TVS Correspondent, where you get to know what's going on what's happening in the United States and around the world. Here with me, Shahmina, and with me here is our correspondent for the United States of America, who is now in Washington, D.C., Alfian Zaini. So, Alfian, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling fantastic, Cheryl. Hope you're doing the same as well, alongside with the crew over there.
Yes, I'm doing great here as well, and that's great to hear. Now, today that we are going to begin with a very concerning question in the US, and I'm pretty sure that around the world, even in Malaysia now, we are concerned with this matter. So, this is the issue on the encounter of the new Omicron COVID 19 variant. So, Alfian, word is getting around that the travel ban, which started on Monday on most travelers from Southern Africa, should help buy time to assess any new risk. However, we are wondering how Americans are actually preparing for this emerging new variant.
Yes, this draws a lot of attention for us all and around the globe, Cheryl, to be honest, as the newest COVID 19 variant winds its way around the globe. Health officials are warning Americans to prepare for Omicron. The new variant was first detected in Southern Africa, igniting a flurry of travel bans, restricting passengers from several Southern African countries. It's safe to say that it's almost definitely here already by looking at the number of cases coming off planes this weekend, making it almost a certainty that there have been cases that have gotten into the United States, Cheryl.
Now, last week, Alfian, just a recap, USA just announced its expansion on the booster shot eligibility, and it has drawn a massive positive response. However, with the Omicron COVID 19 variant and with the immunization program being a success there, now how would this actually impact the landscape of the community there? I mean, are they cautious or has the vaccine sparked a sense of security and confidence?
Now, the situation varies. If you talk to people in vaccine circles, people who are working on a vaccine, they have a pretty good degree of confidence that a booster vaccine, so around three full doses of vaccine, is going to be fairly protective against this new variant. However, 30% of the US population remains unvaccinated, possibly undermining the nation's recovery nearly 2 years after COVID 19's emergence. As we also discussed last week, Cheryl, if some can recall, cases are on the rise as colder weather forces more people indoors, have already overwhelmed some hospital systems and led some US states, including New York, to declare emergencies, Cheryl.
Now, aside from the travel ban, Alfian, we do know that precaution is taken, as you mentioned, and the new variant is not taken lightly. But there is another question on precaution. Are health officials under the Biden administration imposing any contact tracing or any efforts in detecting not only close contacts, but possibly the arrival of the Omicron COVID 19 variant prior to frequent flights from South Africa?
So, US health officials have not imposed any new screening or tracing requirements in response to the newly discovered Omicron COVID 19 variant that prompted the Biden administration to restrict travel from Southern Africa. Starting Monday, the United States will bar most foreign travelers from South Africa and seven other Southern African countries in an attempt to curb the spread of the Omicron variant, which was first identified in South Africa on Friday. However, the travel restrictions do not ban flights or apply to US citizens and lawful US permanent residents until the ban starts on Monday. Flights from South Africa have continued to carry foreign nationals. Airline passengers entering the United States from abroad are already subject to stringent CDC COVID 19 vaccination and testing requirements, but are not generally monitored by health officials after they have leave flights and are not required to take COVID 19 tests upon arrival in the United States. Actually, nearly all foreign nationals entering the US need to be vaccinated to enter, but Americans do not need to be vaccinated to return home. Now, we are just awaiting the answer from officials on definitive information on the new coronavirus variant. It's still uncertain to say, Cheryl.
Well, Alfian, I hope the transmissibility of the new variant is not being overlooked, and I'm wishing all Americans well there. Meanwhile, definitive data is yet to be released, and we will definitely want to know more on the next updates on the next segment. Now we'll be back after the commercial break on another segment after. Don't go anywhere. And we are back on TVS Correspondent, in which we have covered on the substantial update on the Omicron COVID-19 variant earlier. Now we are going to dive into the fashion world in America, but this is indeed a very unfortunate incident instead. Virgil Abloh, fashion's highest profile designer and the creative mind behind Louis Vuitton's menswear collections, has died on Sunday of cancer. So, Alfian, could you share some insights to our viewers on Virgil, as he is indeed an African American icon on high end fashion, and people are shaken by this news?
Okay, Cheryl. Before we get to the detail of it, I would just like to share, Cheryl, Virgil Abloh, fashion's highest profile African American designer and the creative mind behind Louis Vuitton's menswear collections, died on Sunday of cancer. Abloh had worked to transform the French luxury brand since being brought in as the men's artistic director in 2018. His arrival marked the marriage between streetwear and high-end fashion, mixing sneakers and camouflage pants with tailored suits and evening gowns. His influences included graffiti art, hip hop, and skateboard sculpture, a style embraced by Louis Vuitton as it sought to attract younger customers. In July of 2021, parent company LVMH expanded his role to include launching new products, new brands, and partnering with existing ones in a variety of sectors beyond fashion. Virgil was a visionary and someone with great wisdom, which is why his death caused many celebrities to have a big tribute. Most recently, Abloh became one of the most successful and high-ranking executives in the fashion and luxury markets with LVMH acquisition of Off-White, Cheryl.
Yes, it is true that this story has made headlines around the world and globally because of its tribute. And according to an official statement by Louis Vuitton, the designer battled the rare form of cancer for 2 years, being diagnosed in 2019.
Yeah, Cheryl, to add to that, even while sick, he still spearheaded a number of fashion, art, and cultural projects, including a partnership with Mercedes-Benz, multiple Air Jordan collaborations, and a new travel campaign for Louis Vuitton. Although through it all, his work ethic, infinite curiosity, and optimism never wavered. Virgil was driven by his dedication to his craft and to his mission to open doors for others and create pathways for greater equality in art and design. Cheryl.
Now, I'm saddened to hear the passing of Virgil, seeming that he's a trailblazing designer who has created, I'm pretty sure, a big impact on the diverse community there, as well as a big inspiration to future generations. Now, right, I know you're a busy man, Alfian, and as we have already got the details on two different topics for today, and for the viewers, that concludes TVS Correspondent for today. Don't forget to tune in for the next segment next week. Thank you, Alfian.
Pleasure to be with you also, Cheryl, and take care, everyone.